With a new plan for at-home COVID testing, the U.S. continues to embrace the most convoluted and costly approach to health care. As you've heard, on Monday, the Biden administration announced the health insurance plans must cover at least 8 at-home tests per member per month. Here with analysis is Paul Seegert, managing partner at PCS Advisors, a benefits consulting firm. Paul, how is it convoluted?
Well, what they've done is pretty typical for the way that we handle healthcare or the cost of healthcare in general, in that rather than address the actual cost of the tests, we are asking insurance companies and insurance plans to pay for 8 free tests. They're calling them free, but that means the cost will be borne by the insurers and the health plans, and then that will just get added into bigger renewal increases for the consumer at upcoming renewals.
Why are we not addressing the cost?
Well, we had a single approach: vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. That's our way out of the pandemic. So somehow, on the part of the FDA, we were able to fast track the vaccine approvals with Operation Warp Speed. We did not take that same approach to testing. And within a week of the sequencing, the genetic sequencing of COVID-19 being made available on the NIH website, Germany had already produced a rapid test. And other countries quickly followed suit, and other private labs and so on. In our case, we have been very slow to approve tests and taken a more traditional FDA approach.
Is that part of the point you made about the U.S. choosing the worst of all worlds?
Yeah, we've chosen to err so much on the side of caution on the part of the FDA that we have a testing shortage. Once we've finally realized that, or seem to have realized that we can't just vaccinate our way out of this, that's kind of backfiring on us. We've made the process incredibly cumbersome. And for the tests that we have, they're far more expensive than in other parts of the world. We even have U.S.-based manufacturers making tests that are shipped over to Europe, and a European can buy at a drugstore for $3.50.
Wow.
But we can't access those here.
Oh, my goodness.
But we'll make it feel free to the consumer by saying, let's have the insurance companies pay far more than that, up to $120 per test, and then we'll pass it through at their renewal increase.
Wow. We're speaking with Paul Seegert, managing partner with PCS Advisors. We're talking about how these rapid COVID tests have become a headache for the Biden administration. What's the best way to resolve this at this point, Paul?
Well, we need to go to those manufacturers that already have tests that have been built and approved and are in use in our peer countries. Some of them are coming from our country, and get those approved here. Let's take the same approach to this as we did to getting the vaccines approved, and we can work our way through it.
So meaning what? FDA could say, hey, anybody who wants to make a rapid test, send it to us. We'll check it out and possibly approve it?
That's right. And there already are many that are built and ready and even being made in this country that we're shipping overseas. They've just made the process here so difficult that, as an example, there's scientists and labs and folks here and companies that submitted an application, invested millions of dollars to build a test. They submitted it by email. Then it takes a month or two for them to be notified that they have to also submit a paper copy of their application. And then it takes time to get notified. They also have to submit a CD copy or a thumb drive copy.
Jeez.
Just really old-fashioned bureaucratic mess that we had cleared out of the way for the vaccines, and we need to do the same thing for the testing.
And so what, the larger companies with many more bodies are more capable of doing something like that, assigning people to do that bureaucratic work?
Well, exactly. And there just really wasn't the priority put on it by the FDA. So they were really just putting them at the back of the line and not approving the faster acting tests. There's an antigen test and a PCR test. A PCR is more accurate, but takes days to get you results. In some cases, like for this at-home use, these fast-acting antigen tests could be more appropriate and way more cost-effective. But they were erring on the side of, let's get the best tests and decline the others, and that really put us behind the curve compared to our other peer countries.
Thanks, Paul. Paul Seegert, managing partner at PCS Advisors.